The Mobile County Public Schools presents Homeroom.
Hi, and welcome to Homeroom, where we introduce you to the students and the teachers who make Mobile County Public Schools the best schools in the state of Alabama. And joining me today to talk about our college and career readiness is Bradley Byrne from the Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO. And thank you for all the things that you do for our community and for our students, getting our kids ready for that workforce.
Oh, your children that you've got in this school system are the key to the future of this area. They're our future workers in every line that you can imagine, doctors, nurses, everything. So we have to have the children that y'all are educating so very well, and it's a genuine joy for us to be in partnership with the Mobile County Public School System.
And you have a neat perspective because when I met you several years ago, you were on the state school board.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
don't say that. So, but yeah, you were on the state school board. So is this kind of coming full circle for you to be on the workforce development part and to see what the kids are doing now?
Yeah, getting in and out of the schools has been a pure joy for me. I just had such a great experience in the state school board, but knowing that we are reaching in there and transforming these children's lives and setting them up to take advantage of all of these high-paying jobs that we're creating around Mobile, it's just very exciting.
So what does it look like? What's the outlook like for Mobile County and Mobile with jobs?
This is the golden era for Mobile. We've never had the number of high-paying jobs we have now, and we just keep getting more. We don't have enough people. So what we've got to do is partner with you, with Bishop State, with University of South Alabama, the other school systems in Mobile County, to make sure that we get everybody the sort of education and training they need to be able to take advantage of all these great jobs. I was talking to a man, 96 years old, lived in Mobile his whole life, and I said, has it ever been this good? He said, it has never, ever been this good. So now that we have this golden era in Mobile, it's time for everybody to share in the gold. But you have to have the education and training to do that. And that's where y'all come in and make such a big difference.
And it's not by accident. You meet with the school officials, they talk to you in the chamber and the business leaders so that we can provide that pathway.
And we tell the schools, all right, these are the sorts of jobs that we've got. They ask us, what sort of preparation do they need in order to get that job? We explain it to them, they take it and turn it into a curriculum, and then put the programs together that the students can go through, that when they finish, they're ready to go to work. So if you're at the program at BC Raines in aviation, you're ready to go to work for Airbus.
Right.
How cool is that, making airplanes? In 2 years, Mobile, Alabama will be the 4th largest maker of commercial aircraft in the world.
Wow.
The opportunities for people all over this area to take advantage of those jobs are right out there. We just have to make sure they have the right skills.
And we talk about it too from the level of summer careers that you can get right out of high school or with some technical training or going to Bishop State, or also college, right? So we need all of the levels.
We do. We're short of engineers right now. We're short of accountants. This logistics program we have at Theodore could take you on to get an undergraduate degree at the University of South Alabama, and you would become a logistics professional. So there is no level at which we don't need people. We need people in all types of jobs at every level. But they have to have the education and skills in order to do that, and y'all come in and provide that to them.
Right, and I think it's neat that we have this opportunity in Mobile. So when you talk to people from other communities about the Signature Academies, is that something special that we have where any kid can go to any high school based on their interests?
I don't know of another program like it anywhere in the country, frankly, and I think it's great because you can decide what you want to do with your life, what sort of a career you want to have, and then the school system has an academy for you and takes you to that academy. So I would encourage parents and students and just community members out there to make sure our young people are taking advantage of this. Because once again, we have the high-paying jobs for them. All we have to do is prepare them for those jobs.
And it's important from our point of view too to have the businesses involved at the table telling us what you're going to need in the future.
Well, I've never seen the partnership between the business community in Mobile and the school system any better. It is as strong as I've ever seen it. So very positive, very upbeat. Y'all been great to work with. I hope we've been great to work with back. I think this community is successful because we're working together, and working together is the key.
And when you talk to your business partners, is it something that they should do is try to get involved in the schools?
Oh, absolutely. We need every business in this community involved in their local school. I don't care what they can do. Every school needs help in some way. And the more the business community is involved with the schools, not only the stronger the schools are, It's better for the businesses too. So this is a two-way street here, and I encourage every business to take advantage of that.
Right, and some of our viewers are parents, and so if they've got a child about to go into high school or about to finish high school, what would you tell them? What do they need to be stressing right now?
I've got some good news for parents across Mobile. We're going to have some great jobs for your kids. Sit down with your children. Talk to them, what do you want to do with your life? And then work with your local school to make sure they're in the right program. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I guarantee you we've got a job for that young person, either when they get straight out of high school, or if it's one where they need to have some sort of post-secondary education, when they're done with post-secondary education. We have more opportunity for the children of Mobile County than we have ever had. And so the parents have something to work with now in talking to their children.
And one thing that we want, that parents probably want too, is we want you to go to college, go to the career, but work in Mobile, right? Has that been a challenge? Like, we want people to know there's jobs available in Mobile.
We didn't used to
Come
be able
home.
to say that.
Stay home.
I'm a parent. I've now got grandchildren. I want my children to stay here, my grandchildren to stay here. We used to lose them because there wasn't the opportunity here, frankly. That's not true anymore. We have lots of high-paying jobs in all sorts of different cool fields. So there's every reason for a young person to go ahead and make their plans to remain in Mobile, be with family, and be in a very dynamic economy, a very dynamic community.
It's an exciting time for Mobile.
I've never seen it this way. And it's our job at the Chamber, working with partners like the school system, to make sure we keep it going.
That's great. Well, thank you for everything that you're doing for our community, for our businesses, for our students. We appreciate the Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce. We have to break for a commercial, but when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to some of the teachers and students who are preparing to be college and career ready through our signature academies. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
When parents are involved in school, you get more of this and less of this.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. We've just talked to the president and CEO of the Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce, Bradley Byrne, about ways that the business community and Mobile County Public Schools are working together to prepare our students to be college and career ready. They're a great partner. But now joining us from Vigor High School, the school that Spirit built. Right, you have to say that if you say Vigor High School, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I have John Davis, who's the Academy Specialist, and Lanaya Stewart, who is a senior at Vigor. And you have a cool academy. It's information technology.
Yes, information technology.
Kids love that, right?
They
Yeah.
love it. And we have two pathways where we have virtual reality and cybersecurity and infrastructure.
So that sounds really cool.
Yes, it's really, really cool. In our virtual reality, students actually learn how to create those virtual worlds, the 3D imaging, the sound effects, the design, everything, where they were created from scratch.
Because to us it seems so foreign, right? But it's one of those things that kids have kind of lived in that world.
Yes.
And they love that world.
Yes, well, most of your businesses now, that's what they're using to train their employees, virtual reality. So it's really big and it's growing. It's kind of late growing in Mobile, but other places it's really grown and expanded.
And Lanaya, do your classmates love these opportunities?
They do. I actually have a friend who's in the virtual reality program, and she really enjoys it. They get a chance to edit and create different things, and so I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And then you also have cybersecurity, and that's a pretty lucrative field right now.
It is. Right now it's really growing. Everyone needs some type of cybersecurity, where they're creating passwords and networking their computers and making sure everything functions without wireless, basically. Yeah. Everything is wireless, and students learn to do all of those things at Vigor.
And it's a big thing right now because we hear about these ransomware attacks. Yes. I know some other school systems have gone through that. So the cybersecurity field is important to keep businesses up and running.
Yes, and our students are able to go in a home after they take the classes, and they can set you up where you'll be secure, the firewall, the usernames, the passwords. They're familiar with all of the attacks that could be done, and they try and prevent it from happening.
And I would imagine it's important too that students and adults learn how to keep themselves safe.
That's correct.
Online and on the computer. Do you think that's important?
I think it's very important. I think it should be taught at a young age and instilled in people. So
yeah, because we use these computers for everything, so they're learning that. So Lanaya, what pathway are you doing?
Well, I'm interested in pursuing a degree in mass communications and public relations. So I'm in the Multimedia Academy, where I get the opportunity to video edit and create flyers for different school events. And so I think it's really cool that I get the experience now before I go off to college.
To learn it. And I am going to brag on Lanaya. She was our intern, because this is one thing that we do in the academies is we give our students the opportunities to do internships in the summer at real businesses. And so you came to Mobile County Public Schools, you worked in our communications office and with MCPSS TV. What did that teach you?
It taught me, I got the actual experience of being in the communications department. I got the opportunity to visit several schools across the county, edit videos. I got the opportunity to create flyers, and I think it's really cool. And I really enjoy it. I see myself doing something with this area in the future.
And so, Mr. Davis, is that what you like to hear from your students, that they're going out and they're doing these internships, they're learning about real world opportunities?
Yes, yes. We have plenty of companies that are asking for students, SSAB, Alabama Department of Transportation. They're all seeking our students to come in and internship during the summer. They've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it's just growing. We have many companies that's looking for students that they can actually train.
And that's a good thing too, because they have these college opportunities, but then they get these career credentials, like in Microsoft Office. Tell us about some of the credentials that they can get.
Well, any of the computer or the IT credentials are being offered now. They've kind of expanded it, and Word, PowerPoint, Excel, IT fundamentals. It's so many credentials out there now that you could just focus on and really just get those credentials, and it'll help you in college, or it'll help you get a job.
It gives them a leg up when that's on their resume, and we help them with their resumes and to know how to apply for jobs. So Lanaya, what do you want to do? You're a senior.
Yes, I want to go into public relations or mass communications.
And you're going to be great at it.
I hope so.
One thing that impressed us, you were at the stadium dedication, and you went up to the podium, and I know you were proud at this moment, but you spoke to the whole student body. And so is that something that's a cool experience? So you're learning in these academies, but you're also having leadership opportunities at your school.
Yes, and I love it. I'm very grateful for Vigor for offering me all of these opportunities to expand my public speaking opportunities. Public speaking is something I've enjoyed since sophomore year. I got the chance to conduct the morning announcements daily. So that was very fun, and that actually was an eye-opener for me. That I actually enjoy public speaking. I didn't know, I was always scared to do so beforehand, but sophomore year taught me that I do love it, and so that's something that I want to do in college.
And that's a skill, to enjoy public speaking.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you. We look forward to seeing all the successes that you have in college and beyond. Thank you, Mr. Davis, for preparing our students to be college and career ready.
You're welcome.
Never a dull day in high school.
Never a dull day.
All right, so we have to break for commercial, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Vigor High School, which is home to the AP Capstone program and the Signature Academy of Advanced Studies. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
Got questions? We got answers. MCPSS.com. Whether it's attendance zones, school calendar, lunch menus, or registration information that you are looking for, you can find it right here. MCPSS.com. You can also get the latest news and district-wide calendar information, and it's just a click away. So when you need to know, and you need to know right now, check us out. MCPSS.com.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today we're learning about the ways that Mobile County Public Schools is preparing our students to be college and career ready. And one way we do that is through our Signature Academy. So joining me now, I have Vigor High School, home of the Signature Academy of Advanced Careers. I have Jessica Agnew, the Academy Specialist, and Reagan Baggett, a senior.
Yes, ma'am.
And so when you say advanced careers, people may say, what is that?
So, you know, when the Academy concept came to fruition, we're so large and we have such a diverse population that's interested in studying so many different things that we tried to figure out a way that we could meet the needs of all of our students. So try to individualize that instruction, even though we do have 2,400 students in the building. And so trying to support students who potentially want to major in things like engineering or become very skilled at doing research or go into owning their own business. So trying to kind of fit the needs of all of our students along the way.
And one thing that's unique about Baker is the number of AP courses that you offer. Is it like 24 or
yes.
maybe even more than that now? Yeah.
Each year, you know, which ones are offered dependent upon student need. This year, with going back to 7 classes, we're offering 21 AP courses this year. And so our signature academy is our AP Capstone Diploma program, which is a program that schools have to apply and be accepted into to be able to offer AP Seminar and AP Research, which are 2 courses that are skill-based rather than content-based that really teach students how to do college-level research, writing, and presentation skills that are needed across curriculum no matter what a student decides to major in once they leave us.
Because you were the first school in our area to offer that AP Capstone program, which
Yes.
allows other additional AP courses that you can't get anywhere else. So Reagan, did that attract you to Baker? Was that a big plus?
Well, that and just like the sheer amount of AP courses they offered. There's just a lot of opportunities at Baker, and the Capstone Academy has been really, really beneficial to me. I remember when I first got into high school, like public speaking was not my thing, and I took AP Seminar in my sophomore year. And now I can like I walk into my AP Literature class to do a presentation and I like haven't prepared at all, and I'm very conversational and like I'm fine. Like I'm okay with talking to people now. And Seminar and Research were a big part of that. And I also want to go into research as like my career, and so it was very helpful like learning the process of like how do I go find these journals, like how do I like compile all this information, and it's just very beneficial like skills wise.
It's a very advanced learning, like learning how to study, learning how to do research.
Yes, in the AP Research class when I'm describing it to prospective students, I tell them you're basically writing a master's thesis that a graduate level college student would write.
In high school.
In high school, as a junior or a senior in high school.
And we're going to help you do it.
Exactly, with support, right? And that's the benefit of learning how to do all these things in high school, where you are in that more environment where it's more family oriented and you really have the teachers that are encouraging you and your classmates that are encouraging you and helping you along the way. And so being able to kind of teach them those skills in more of a risk-free environment, you know, not paying money for the class, is also a beneficial thing. Absolutely.
Right, because you take the courses and then at the end of the year you can take a test, and if you pass the test you get college credit.
Right.
So Reagan, how many AP courses have you taken?
By the time that I graduate, it will be 13 total AP courses.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Well, my scores, I have 5s on 11 of them, and then I scored 4s on 2 of them, AP Chem and AP US History.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And so just for context, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. A 3, a 4, or a 5 is college credit.
Will typically earn you college credit.
Yes. Yeah, and some subjects may be a little different, but you're scoring 5s.
Yes, ma'am.
A couple of 4s, but 4s are still awesome, and 5s are superb.
Absolutely. So ideally, a student such as Reagan is going to be extremely prepared in comparison to their peers. When she enters college, she'll probably even enter as a sophomore and be able to use some of that scholarship money later on to help pay for a master's or whatever she decides she wants to do.
Yeah, so if you have credit for 13 classes, 3-hour courses, 39 hours, that's almost a year.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So how do your parents feel about that?
They're very proud of me. They're very happy. And I will say also having like that advanced like coursework has helped me even on like ACT, which those courses are not geared towards it, but like it's helped teach me things. So like I have a 35 on the ACT, so I'm very prepared for college. And Baker has been a big part of that because I've had great teachers there and just lots of course opportunities, which have been good through the AP program.
35 on the ACT. Wow, because 36 is the highest you can go. So that is awesome as well. So what do you think when you hear about students like Reagan? Because she's not the only one. You've got other students.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you walk into the building and you're like nowhere near the smartest person in there because, you know, you have students that are going to go on and do amazing things. And so we're really proud of the number of students. Last year we had over 400 exams where the students scored 3 or higher. So I worked out the math. In that 2-week testing session, those students saved about $750,000 in college tuition just in those 2 weeks. And so it's really exciting to see them come in and watch their skills develop, and then when they get to their senior year and you see that polished product, it just makes you really proud of the efforts of both the students and the teachers in our program.
Obviously, you guys are doing a great job. The former Mobile County High School Teacher of the Year, Jessica Agnew. And then, Reagan, what do you want to do when you graduate this year?
Well, I want to go to the University of Alabama, and I want to major in chemical engineering. And I hope to eventually get my master's in biomedical engineering, because my end goal is biomedical research. So,
Wow.
yes.
That's quite a big goal, and we know that you're going to meet it because you're already exceeding everything. I know your parents are proud of you. We are too. So thank you, Ms. Agnew, and all the teachers at Vigor High School. Reagan, good luck. We look forward to seeing your success. We have to break for commercial, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Blount High School, which has an outstanding healthcare program as their signature academy. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
When parents are involved in school, they get more of this and less of this.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom, where today we're learning about the ways that Mobile County Public Schools prepares our students to be college and career ready, particularly through our signature academies, which are available at all 12 of our high schools. Joining me now from Blount High School, I have DeAndrea Westbrook, the Academy Specialist, and Taylor Davis, a senior?
No, it's us. Junior.
Wow, okay. So I met you on the Superintendent's Advisory Council,
Yes,
and so I
ma'am.
just thought you were older than that, but you're already making waves as a junior. That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us, you have healthcare at Blount, so tell us about that.
Well, Blount High School was the first high school in Mobile County to have health sciences. They start their 10th grade year. They start with their foundations of health. Their second year, so it's junior year, they do human body structures, and their third year, which is their senior year, they do the health care internship.
Okay, because healthcare, we were talking to Bradley Byrne earlier about the careers that are available in Mobile County, and healthcare is one of those things that's always available. Like, they were always looking for people to go into that field.
Yes. So, I've actually been very interested in nursing since middle school. Learning about the body structure now just shows me so much more about how to keep my health together, the peers around me's health together. So it just made me look at the health and the medical careers in a whole different level. And I just really appreciate Blount for giving me that firsthand experience and firsthand look on those things.
And that's exactly what we strive to do.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I know that I've been at Blount before, and I've gone into the classroom. You have a classroom that looks like a hospital room.
Yes.
And what do the students do in there?
Well, they practice a lot because, like I said, when they're senior, they have an exam that they do like skills. So they practice. They have some of the state-of-the-art equipment to like just explore and to learn. Because, like, for me personally, I'm a person, you know, I can read all day long, but if you actually allow me to do things, then I'll like, oh, I process it, I understand. So they do a lot of labs in their classroom and their
They do vital signs. I've seen them with
Yes.
the taking temperatures, blood pressures.
Yes.
What have y'all done in the program?
Mostly we've done learning how to do IVs right now. So we have a prosthetic arm, which shows us which veins are called personally good veins that you would take an IV with, how to take blood with, draw blood. You also could see your heart rate and things of that nature. We're learning about all different types of tools to learn with that. And I just really appreciated how knowing when I go into a hospital, probably not on a good cause, but I see these things when I go there, and then I come to school and I see them again, and it's like, hey, I know what I'm doing now. So it's really good.
So that makes me nervous just sitting here hearing about IVs.
Oh, yeah.
So are the students, when they get to try the IV, are they nervous too with being on that side of the needle?
Oh, yes, because I feel like you're under a lot of pressure when you're doing that, because if you don't do it correctly, then, hey, that's a bad sign. But it's really an eye-opener. So that means when you go to a hospital, you will want the best of the best to know what they're doing to your body. So preparing us now to be the best of the best and learn how to work through the body and work with the body, it's an amazing opportunity.
That makes me feel better as a patient that you're practicing, so that when you're looking for my veins, you've done some work, right? Like, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you get to see the students doing this hands-on training, how does that make you feel as an educator?
It makes me feel very proud, like, because, you know, I think when I look at them, I'll be like, oh my gosh, you realize I'm not exactly young anymore. So it makes me confident that when that time comes, I may need services, because I rarely go to the doctor now. So when I take my grandmother, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, we have some good people.
Yeah.
Because it's important to have somebody that actually care and not just doing it just because it's my job. So
yeah, because
you're
going through the motions of doing the IV, but you're also learning some of the patient care.
Yes.
That's a real person that you're putting the needle in. And so I know a lot of the students earn their CNA certification.
Yes.
And that's tell us what that is.
Certified nursing assistant. So their senior year, like I said previously, they will take a written exam and then they do a skills. So it's very fair. We get other educators from other schools that teach health sciences as well, and they administer the skills portion. So it's very fair. It's not like, oh, your teacher from Blount, she likes you, she'll give you. No, it's very
objective.
Yeah, very much so.
Probably pretty strenuous too. They've got to know their stuff.
Yes.
And the students who get their CNAs, that's a great credential, because then they can go out in the workforce immediately. And when we talk about college and career, that's what I've heard, is that you can get a job as a CNA while you're advancing your education, or it's a good career.
Last year we had Mobile Infirmary, who's one of our business partners. They had an event. Well, technically it was this year, but the students that graduated this past year, about 8 of them got a job, like when they went to that convention. So that was really good. And some of them, obviously they went off, but the ones that stayed here, they're working. They go to South or Bishop. They're working at Mobile Infirmary doing their program.
So jobs on the spot.
Yes.
That's what Mom and Dad like to hear, right? And so, Taylor, what do you want to do? You still have some time at Blount, but
Yes,
do you know what you want to do when you finish?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to start off with my CNA when I graduate and go straight into the workforce and pursue my college career on becoming a traveling pediatric nurse and then traveling to being a nurse practitioner. So I would just be very adventurous with the nursing field, see all my openings and take them and strive and go along and just really succeed in them.
And you want to go more into pediatrics?
Yes, ma'am, because I really adore kids, and seeing them in their best days, their worst days, just coming for their checkups monthly, it just shows me how much I'm making a change. Because like my pediatric nurse, I still talk to her, and like the lady that delivered me, I just seen her a couple days ago, and it just I seen the joy on their face, and it just made me feel like I want that joy too as well. So it was really great.
I love it, and I think you're going to be great, and I would totally take my kids to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you, Ms. Westbrook, for what you're doing at Blount, and we wish you luck, and we'll see you on the Superintendent's Advisory Council.
Yes, ma'am.
As you give Mr. Threadgill some advice,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
All right, so that's all the time that we have on Homeroom. To learn more about our Signature Academies, visit mcpss.com. We're always looking for business and industries to get involved and to work with internships and mentorships and mock interviews for our students. And then any student in Mobile County can transfer into any of the Signature Academies that interest them. So visit mcpss.com, look for Signature Academies, and we will see you next time on Homeroom.